All right, Bourbon Quest. Good evening. Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you're watching it. But, so, yeah, we're in the middle of Mash Madness, but I thought I'd take a pause and just say, to put this video out for President's Day. Happy President's Day, everyone. Hope, for those of you that had the day off, hope you enjoy your President's Day and what this country is about, and our great presidents that forged this country over 200 years ago and whatever. Yeah, I think that we're in a weird place in our history of our country, and however, I don't know, last 10, maybe last 20 years, from my experience, and just how divisive we have become in our country. And this is not a political statement or show or whatever, but I just want to give honor to our presidents and to our country, and just hope that we can begin to come together as a unified people with one cause and one love and whatever. And maybe Bourbon can help do that, because I just think that we're in a strange and crucial time in our country's history, and hopefully we can start to mend those fences and come back together. And maybe Bourbon can help do that. But I consider myself a patriot. I've never served or anything like that, but definitely support our country, our troops, and our presidents, and even though we may not always agree with whether who the president is or what their direction is that they're going, ultimately that's our president, and we just, more important than that, we just need to come together more as a people. So hopefully Bourbon can do that. That's enough about that. So I thought I'd do something for President's Day. Not a whole lot to choose from there, but so anyways, we're going with Jefferson's Reserve Single Barrel 100 proof. So yeah, this is actually cork popping, and because I've actually never had Jefferson's. I've had a few and just never had gotten around to them, so maybe I was looking at an excuse to open a new bottle or try something different. But first, let's uncork this, and then we'll get more into this whiskey and so forth. But of course, I'm sure you won't be able to tell on the camera, but it's got I guess a bust of Thomas Jefferson on the top of the cork there. I don't know if that came through on the camera, but and it is named after Thomas Jefferson. He had nothing to do with it, but it was named after him because of and we'll get into that story too, but it was named after Thomas Jefferson for his innovative thinking and spirit and so forth. But all right, let's do uncorking. So pause for cork pop. America! Here's to you, America, and to our presidents, both present and past. All right, and of course, with this being a uncorking, we get the 2-ounce pour into the infinity bottle. So I take that back. I actually have had Jefferson's before. I have a Jefferson's Ocean Jefferson's Ocean weeded Voyage 2020 version 20 Voyage. God bless Voyage 22 over on the shelf, which is actually pretty good. And then now this, and then I have another one. So I'll probably do something with those three before, and we'll see if I continue on with this brand or not. But let's see. Anything on the bottle? No, just Jefferson's Reserve Single Barrel, very old Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, very small batch, 100 proof. Nothing on the back. Simple, nice bottle. Like I said, you got the specialty bottling, and then the bust of Thomas Jefferson on the top of the cork. I mean, the nose is nice. It's kind of sweet, caramel, vanilla. Nothing, nothing overwhelming or disappointing. Just a typical nose that you'd find on a bourbon. All right, cheers, Bourbon Quest. Comes off as very sweet. Comes off as a little young. A little ragged edges. Very sweet. Stay hydrated, my friends. So, I'm going to make some comments and decisions around this, but I'm interested in you, Bourbon Questers, on your comments for what your experience has been with Jefferson's, whether it's just the regular. I know they've got some other probably cast finishes, and of course the reserve, and then there's the whole Jefferson's Ocean experiment. It's one of those that, like, yeah, ultimately it's about the juice inside, but also like history and the backstory and stuff, and I haven't gotten anything that was, for me, very exciting about that. And then, but I'd be interested for those of you that are fans of Jefferson's or had more experience with it, what your thoughts, comments, likes or dislikes are about it. But I mean, it comes off, I mean, there's no age statement, but it comes off as young and jagged and ragged. Very sweet. Like, yeah, it's like too sweet for me up front. Ugh. I mean, if you like something sweet, I mean, that like punches you with sweetness. And you know, one of the things I like about, you know, some of my favorite distilleries or brands and so forth is, you know, kind of their backstory and history. And I do want to give you some information, but like I said, for those of you that have more information or more experience with Jefferson, because I have very little, let me know what your thoughts and thinking are. But I got this from their website, founded in 1997, so that's, I mean, that's not that long ago. Jefferson is the brainchild of Trey Zoller and his father Chet, a famed bourbon historian. They were continuing a family whiskey tradition that goes back to Trey's 8th generation grandmother, who was arrested in 1799 for the production and sales of spirit liqueurs. His curious and experimental mindset has allowed him to push the boundaries of bourbon whiskey, upholding tradition, yet always discovering new possibilities. And I think that's, you know, the whole thing around Jefferson's Ocean, and ultimately why he named it Jefferson's was to pay homage to Thomas Jefferson, who was a very innovative and forward-thinking man. But I mean, that story doesn't really excite me. I mean, and it is, you know, and doing a little bit of research on this, they do not distill their own spirit, Jefferson's. They do contract it out, so they're not sourcing. They do contract it out to. It's actually distilled by Kentucky. I don't know if it's pronounced artesian or artesian or something like that. Distillery in Kentucky, and Jefferson's is their biggest contract, or their most well known, but they contract distill for others as well. I mean, so I'm not excited about that. I don't think the backstory is that great, and I've not been overly impressed with the whiskey. I'm not impressed with this. I will say the Jefferson's Ocean Weeder that I have on the shelf is pretty good, but I mean, wasn't like blowing my socks off or anything. And I do have another Jefferson's Ocean cast strength, so I will give it one more opportunity. Now that I've opened this, I do have the other, and the Jefferson's Ocean cast strength hasn't been opened. So at some point, hopefully, I mean, I've got so many things in the works. I'll get around to that because I'm thinking, this is just me speaking out loud. I could change my mind. I'm thinking about eliminating the Jefferson's brand from my lineup and Forte. You know, just trying to make some, decisions on cutting things out. And, and I hate to, but, there's always new things coming down the pike. You got to make room. I don't have unlimited resources or unlimited space or unlimited ability to consume. I mean, there's no way you can consume and try everything, right? But again, I'm rambling a little bit, but those of you that have more experience with Jefferson's, whether you like it, love it, hate it, if you like the backstory, or if you like, tell me what you like about it or what you dislike about it. I just haven't found a lot that I like about it yet. Not enough at this point for me to buy anymore. So, but I may change my mind. I'll do those three again, maybe give this some more airtime and see what happens. I do know that there's people out there that love Jefferson's. So I'm not here to, stomp on your toes or offend you in any way. That's just for me. If you love it, by all means love it. Just tell me why and what you like about it. But for me, I'm just not getting down with Jefferson's. Sorry, Thomas. And again, that's, Thomas Jefferson has nothing to do with this. Man, yeah. Comes off way too sweet for me. Like, overly sweet. I am not a fan of that. Bourbon Steve out on that one. Ugh. Maybe it just needs some airtime. I don't know. But that's too sweet. But anyways, was trying to tie in something for President's Day. I'll be working a double on President's Day, which is fine. I love working. And but for those of you that do have the day off, hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy some good bourbon. If this is a good bourbon for you, by all means. I think like a lot of whiskey tubers in the whiskey community, it's okay to like what you like and to dislike what you dislike. Whether that's in agreement with me or any other whiskey tuber or whatever, if all of us hate it and you love it, then you love it. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Absolutely not. That's actually probably a good thing. If a lot of people don't like what you like and you love it, then you should be able to get it. Unlike some of these things that, well, if you've watched some of the Match Madness, I've already had 2 Wellers go down in the first round, but people will chase that stuff all day long and maybe not even know why they're chasing it. But anyways, but if you like the Weller, but nobody else did and it was available, that'd be good for you, right? So if you like this, by all means, continue to like it, continue to enjoy it. And if someone like me doesn't like it or downgrades it, and maybe that makes it even more available for you to continue enjoying it. So that's kind of a positive, or no, it is a positive for you. And anyways, but that's why there's plenty of selection out there and variety, and like what you like, and there's something out there for everyone. Everybody's palate is different. This is definitely not mine, but it may be yours, and that's perfectly fine. And yeah, that's all I got to say about that. Happy President's Day. I mean, I'm disappointed, but hey, also kind of glad that I was able to have this experience and kind of be, I'm not going to make a definitive decision, but I'm leaning towards deleting Jefferson's off of those whiskeys that I will buy again. And that's a good thing too, because like I said, I don't have unlimited resources or unlimited space, so it's also good to narrow things down a bit. Anyways, that's enough about that. I'll try and revisit Jefferson's again later, because obviously this was a first pour of that, but right now, not a fan. Not gonna lie to you. Alright, Bourbon Quest, that's enough for tonight. But as always, my wish for you is that all your Bourbon Quest dreams come true. Haha, that's a wrap. See you next time, Bourbon Quest. It won't be long.